Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing on this Sunday afternoon? Today I'll be talking about Andy Najo. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, and I probably just killed it there severely. Um, he got beat up by a Portland Antifa mob. Alrighty, let's get right into it. So I don't know if you guys are aware, this independent journalist got attacked by some Antifa members, and he got taken to the hospital, and he's got with a brain bleed. I mean that's pretty serious injuries for a guy. When he was, basically covering what was going on. Uh, and it's said that Portland police officer apparently stood back and did nothing. He was initially treated at a hospital emergency room and later admitted to the hospital with overnight treated serious head injury. His lawyer, Harmit Dillian, announced on Twitter late Saturday night. I mean, if the mainstream media, because some of them have come out in support for Antifa, your Don Lemon and Chris Como, have come out and support saying, well, they're just fighting against fascism, but you have a reporter here, a journalist that's covering it, and he gets beat up, and that's okay. People who are getting behind Antifa, you might want to check yourselves, because if this is the type of people that you're supporting, you're gonna, it's, what happens when you have an opinion that they don't like, and they can turn on you and do this to you. This is just scary and sad. You know, um, shows a video posted by an Organi, and shows Antifa mom swarming, punching him, kicking him, spraying with silly string, pepper spraying on him, and throwing milkshakes on him that may have been laced with cement. And if you don't think that was, we have here Portland protesters hit with concrete milkshakes. Police bust 3 in competing demonstrations between Antifa and Proud Boys. AP fights breaking up with marchers clash. At least 3 groups had rallies or demonstrated at different sites. Cities include members of so-called Proud Boys and Antifa fascist group that include Antifa. Fights occurred. Opposing groups met. In a statement Saturday night, Portland police said 3 people were arrested on assault harassment charges. Police have said medics treated 8 people, including 3 police officers. The 3 people were taken to hospitals where they were attacked. And Andy, an editor, conservative website, Culet, says he is hated by Antifa. Tweeted he was attacked by anti-fascist protesters and had been taken to the hospital. Protesters clashed with police, throwing water bottles, eggs, milkshakes, later contained substance similar to that of quick-drying cement. Yeah. And here goes their tweet. Police have received information that some of the milkshakes thrown today during demonstrations contained a quick-drying cement. We encourage anyone hit with the substance today to report it. And, concrete, quickcrete, and all that, if you get hit with that, can cause, burns, like a chemical reaction to the skin, And people say, well, it's just a milkshake that people were throwing. When they start putting stuff in here, which I've covered on a previous video, what happens when they put something else in there just besides milkshakes? And here, this guy is still on Twitter, and I reported this tweet a long time ago. But here he says, milkshake them all, humiliate them, so they don't basically come in public. So he greenlit them to say, yeah, let's throw the milkshakes and stuff on there, which I just I can't understand him doing that, and he's supposed to be he works for Vox, and then you got this Chris Matthews, who's a senior writing for Huffington Post, that put out some type of a similar post. Tim Pool's covered this, and he actually has a screenshot from where this guy deleted one of his tweets. But I think I actually have something other. Yeah, milkshakes have a special power in revealing how fascists and their enablers are giant fucking snowflakes. seriously, dude, if somebody was hit with quick drying concrete, let me go fill a milkshake up and put some quick drying concrete and throw on you and see how you like it. You know, you don't know what people are putting in these and say that it has special power, revealing how fascists and their enablers are giant. Yeah, let's see you get hit with something that's in there that's not just a milkshake, guy. I mean, and you're a senior writer at Huffington Post. Huffington Post. Well, how is this guy still employed for saying stuff like this? He should be immediately dismissed for having this type of yeah. He should be denouncing these guys for doing stuff like this. This has no business when you're demonstrating. You know, I'm all for demonstrating. Voice your opinion, but it should not get violent. And when you throw milkshakes or that contain quick drying cement or anything else, that's assault. That should not be condoned by anybody with them doing this. And they need to be held accountable. And people like Christopher Mathis and Carlos Maza need to be held to a higher standard. You have the verified blue checks. You work seemingly in the mainstream media, and yet your employers are allowing you to do this. I don't understand what's going on with this. When you have somebody that's getting thrown milkshakes and everything else on them, and they're wearing masks. If they're not going to do anything wrong, why are they wearing masks for? And they do something like this to a guy that could have, literally, could have killed this guy. Not people realize that, one punch in the head area can actually kill somebody. But that's okay. They're allowed to do this because they're fighting fascists. Well, what were they fighting with this guy for? As far as I know, he's just a journalist covering stuff. That gives them no right to beat up and attack anybody. And the way this country is going, is just insane. Especially for some guy here. How can Huffington Post, employ this guy? This is, this just isn't right. And I think it's only going to get worse because people have all this derangement and everything else going on. It's, yeah. When people can get away and do this kind of stuff, it's just not right. And I hope that they actually catch everybody that threw milkshakes like that and prosecute them. And I hope their employers find out, and I hope they get fired. This has no place to be doing this. And I hope the people that they do find that were doing it, I hope the victims sue them. Because this just does not, this isn't right. Not at all. For people to go around and do this kind of garbage. Fine, you don't agree with what somebody's doing, that's fine. Protest, do whatever you gotta do. But don't get violent. And then you got, like I said, you got this guy here that called out, which I reported this tweet, like I said, when he attacked Steven Crowder and everything else. And, you start looking and you're like, well, wait a minute. He's saying he's being attacked, but he's saying that people should throw and do stuff like this. This just is not right. Let me know, guys, what you think. If I'm totally off base and you think, you know what, dude, it's just a milkshake, whatever. Or if you agree, hey, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.